This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready, and off we go from Seattle.
Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, flying like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that savage.
Who's the team? 50's the mic, 50's the mic. Coming to you, coming to you.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now it's Carson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Wilson with the handoff.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. This is Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he worked 12 yards there and a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's make these babies cry.
To throw again, Wilson. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry for Carlos Hyde. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Hyde. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Carlos Hyde. 27 yards. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive.
Is no good. Jason Myers to kick off 4th.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Panther first down.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
To throw is Bridgewater. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Panther football to start quarter number 2, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And his kick is good.
He's good.
And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
Taken from about the 12. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. The Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
3-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 9, check 9.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Now 3rd and 9.
Power. Mark 56. Mark 56. I got you. I got you. Good job right there. Good job right there. 56. Check 56. Ryan. 56. Mike.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12.
Ain't doing nothing.
And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
They'll take
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one, That was way too easy.
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 65 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
It's gonna take it. No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm a boy. One for the set, boy. Till there's nothing left. I'm gonna run to the bed until we all got them back at.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Hyde. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now a run with Hyde. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
That's good.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Check 52. Check 20. Alert. Run it.
On first down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Here's Penny. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep.
That's right, baby. It's all me.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. He'll run it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Here we go, G. Get off the field. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater looking left side and completing it to Thomas.
Bridgewater.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Bridgewater on 1st down. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Yards to go.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First down, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bridgewater again. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Christian McCaffrey. Incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. To the air again with Bridgewater. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
To kick off for Seattle.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this 2nd half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 63 yards. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
Check the backer, check the backer. Switch.
On 2nd and 2, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny to the 40 and no further. So the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much.
Carter on the stop.
The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr. had the tackle.
And 8 at the 40-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And Brian Burns. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 54 yards.
13-yard line.
Run it. Rush in. Easy. Kill. Bang. Undercrunch. Hey, check point.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 6-yard line.
Back to the ground. This time it's high. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Check. Lucky.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Myers for the extra point. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along?
Jason Myers to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 yards to go.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Panthers.
Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Corn Elder. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And his guys will take over. Their own 44-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brought down at the 39.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, it's Carson. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it they're picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Rush the whip.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Jeremy Chin there defensively.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Watch twitch. Tempo.
And Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They run it with Carson. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Back. Good job right there. Good job right there. Check, check. First down. First down. First down. Go back. Go down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big play there. One last shot now for Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. It's